Listen closely, because what I'm about to share might change everything you thought you knew about abandonment, heartbreak, and divine purpose. When a man walks away from his woman and his child, his own flesh and blood, he doesn't just leave a house. He leaves a woman to raise his legacy, alone. He leaves a child wondering why they weren't enough to make daddy stay. He leaves a family fractured and a future uncertain. But here's what he doesn't know. He just activated a level of divine intervention that he cannot comprehend. She watched you pack your bags, or maybe you just never came home. She held that baby, your baby, while you chose freedom over fatherhood. She stood there wondering what she did wrong, when the truth is, this was always about what was wrong with you. You looked at your own child and saw a burden instead of a blessing. You looked at your woman, who carried your child, who built a life with you, who believed in you, and decided she wasn't worth staying for. You had a family, a ready-made purpose, a woman who loved you, and a child who needed you. And you walked away. You left her to explain to a child why their father doesn't live here anymore. You left her to work double shifts because one income can't cover what two used to struggle with. You left her to be both the soft place to land and the strong tower to lean on. You left her to attend school plays, parent-teacher conferences, and doctor's appointments, alone. You left her to answer the question that breaks her heart every time. When is Daddy coming home? But most of all, you left her to do the impossible. And here's what you didn't count on. She's going to do it. Because when a man abandons his family, God doesn't abandon them. He draws closer. That woman you left, God is meeting her in ways you never could. Those tears she cries when the baby finally falls asleep, God collects every single one. Those prayers she whispers at 2 a.m. when the bills don't add up, God hears them all. Those moments she feels like she can't go on, God gives her strength that defies logic. She's becoming someone you won't even recognize. Stronger, not because she wanted to be, but because she had to be. Wiser. Every struggle is teaching her discernment you couldn't give her. Fiercer. She's a mother protecting her child from the disappointment you created. Holier. She's praying prayers that are moving heaven on her behalf. God is rewriting her story, and listen to this. The money she needs? It appears from unexpected places. The job promotion she thought she wasn't ready for? She gets it. The childcare help she desperately needed? It arrives. The door you closed? God opens 10 more. Her village appears. Family members step up in ways that surprise her. Friends become family. Mentors appear for her child. People God assigned to her path show up. Right on time. Let's be clear about something. That child you left is going to be extraordinary. Not because abandonment is good, but because God turns what the enemy meant for evil into good. That child will develop strength most kids never need. They'll learn what unconditional love looks like by watching their mother. They'll understand the value of commitment by witnessing her stay when you left. They'll know that one parent fully present is worth more than two half-hearted. They'll become someone who breaks generational curses instead of repeating them. Meanwhile, Let's talk about what happens to a man who abandons his own child. You think you're free, but you're actually in prison. A prison of your own making. The prison of regret. You'll see pictures of milestones you missed. First steps, first words, first day of school. You'll realize you traded the irreplaceable for the temporary. The prison of repetition. That pattern you're running, it follows you. New relationships, same results. Because you never healed what's broken inside you. One day, you're going to see her. She'll be thriving, glowing, successful, peaceful. That baby you left, they'll be grown, confident, accomplished. And you'll feel it, the weight of what you walked away from. She won't need your apology by then, though you might want to give it. Your child won't need your explanation, though you might want to offer it. They'll have already learned to live without you. They'll have already filled the space you left empty. They'll have already made peace with your absence. And that's when you'll understand. You didn't leave a burden. You left a blessing you weren't man enough to appreciate. Sister, if you're reading this as a single mom because he walked away, you are not alone. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. God sees you. Every diaper you change by yourself, every meal you prepare on a tight budget, every night you collapse in exhaustion, every sacrifice you make that no one notices. And God is saying, I am your provider. That child support he's not paying? I've got other sources. I am your partner. The co-parent he refuses to be? I'm working all things together for your good. I am your vindicator. The justice you seek? It's coming in ways you can't orchestrate. I am your child's father. The dad who abandoned them? I'm filling that void with my presence. Every day you get up and keep going, you're building a legacy of resilience for your child. A testimony of faith for those watching, a strength that will serve you for life, a foundation that cannot be shaken. Your child is watching you be both mother and father, and they're learning what real love looks like, sacrificial, unconditional, what real strength looks like, grace under pressure, what real faith looks like, trusting God when it doesn't make sense. What real commitment looks like. Staying when others leave. You are raising a child who will break cycles, not repeat them. You are becoming a woman who knows her worth isn't determined by who stayed or left. When a man abandons his woman and child, he writes himself out of their story. But God rewrites what he tried to destroy. Single mom, your story isn't over. It's just beginning. The chapter called He Left is ending. The chapter called God Showed Up is just getting started. And the chapters ahead? They're called Provision, Promotion, Peace, Purpose, Power, Praise. You and that baby are going to make it. Not just survive, thrive. Not just get by, get blessed. Not just cope, conquer. Because when God rewrites the story, the abandoned become the appointed, the working become the blessed, and the single mom becomes the testimony that makes people say, "Look at God." You are not a statistic. You are not a sob story. You are a chosen vessel raising a chosen child. And God's about to show you what confidence do with a woman who refuses to quit.